Here's in my face, static all over the place. Good morning. Hi, hello, hello, hi, hi, hello. It is me in all my glory, Grandma Quilter. I'm going to be fighting with my hair because static is driving me insane. Mary was the first one here. Michelle, she beat you. Hi, Mary. Okay, I need to put my readers on because this has gone crazy and I got to say hi to everybody. So I'm going to try. If I forget your name, forgive me. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Forgive me. I'm trying not to. So I'm going to go to the top with Mary and myself, and then Michelle, and then Joycey says stop. See what I mean? Look at my hair's going into my face. It can't stop. The static drives it crazy. And then Patty girl. Patty girl. Wait a minute. Is anybody having problems with static? Patricia, then VJ. Hi, Vintage. And then Giovanna, sorella mia. Opal, girl, it's been a while. How you been? And I know she's always there, but she very rarely comes into the chat. Judy, no need to chat. Do what I do. I go, I visit everybody. I don't talk a lot lately. I'll tell you why in a minute. But I go and visit everybody. I know you're there. I love you. Be good. Take care of those arms. And of Jackie. I know what you're doing. That's why you need to take care of your arms. You see the finger? Then we got, all right, Judy Herbert. Hello, Judith. And then we have Branca. Hello, Branca. Dans le tour de maman. Hello, dans le tour de maman. How's your toe? Donna had problems with her toes yesterday. And Dan's, we keep coming down. Let's see. I think I got everybody. I'm hoping. Hetty's here. Hey, Hetty. Melissa, girl. Melissa's here. And Jean. Jean. Hi, Jean. Jean. My buddy Jean. Chris, girl. I think I got everybody. Hi. It's been, I've been busy. That's why nobody's seen me. Poor Donna. Everybody pray for Donna. She and Joe are still getting through the bug. At least Harper came out of the infusion and she's doing well. That's a blessing. But Donna and Joe have been sick. So let's send out prayers for them because, they've had one thing after another and their immune system apparently is in the floor. So prayers for Joe and Donna, our reigning Queen Donna. Anyways, I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of stuff, getting stuff, finishing things. I promised you guys I was going to try. I'm going to try to get out all of my little UFOs out of the way. I've made, if I'm not mistaken, I have to do a count, and I'll do it before the year, the end of the year. But I think I've done 21 flimsies this year. I'm almost certain. Have to count them. Hey, Jennifer. I think 21 flimsies. But I've had stuff from last years and years before, and I started playing, getting them out, and finishing some stuff, or moving things around. Y'all know what I've done with my orphan blocks. I got a whole bunch. But I had this. This was from a swap. Where's the head? It's right here. And I had this little black. It was all orphan. So I decided to make a little pillow. This is the back. Look how cute. So this is going to go with a Thanksgiving quilt next year. Exactly, Melissa. Say hi to anybody we miss. Isn't this cute? It came out really cute. Rita loves it. But it's going to go with a Thanksgiving quilt next year. And then I found this. And I'm missing to finish the fourth block. Because this is, what's the name of this pattern? I always forget the name of patterns. I suck at that. I don't know. Anyway, it's a pattern from my AccuQuilt. And I cut this out, a couple of years ago. And I still wasn't comfortable sewing. I found metallic. Okay, that sounds interesting. Hold on. Let me pull this baby out. Maybe. Give me a second, people. Because you know how I'm technologically challenged. All right, I got it over here. Let me know now if it sounds better. All right. Okay. So I found this. It's a twist or something like that. It's called. And I had cut out with my AccuQuilt everything, but I was still uncomfortable making things, and I was still uncomfortable putting together for me what I consider complex. So I found it, and I was able to finish three of them very easily this time. I love it. But now I am missing enough of this fabric to make the fourth block. So I'm going to look for it. If I can't find it, it goes to the orphan block stash. Thank you, Melissa. So that's one. That's two. Then I found this other orphan block because I've been finishing up quilts. And I love this. I absolutely adore it. So I'm going to make another pillow. So whoever gets that Thanksgiving quilt next year is going to have two cute little pillows. I don't know who made this one. Trying to remember who made this. If you made this, tell me you made it because I can't remember who made it. Hi, Tina. How you doing, babe? So that's another one. And then everybody remembers this block swap. So now I've got all my blocks. And I've got everything counted. And I'm going to make this. This is going to be made this week. Because I already did. If you looked on my Facebook page, you saw 2 flimsies already completed. This one's going to be completed today, hopefully. Hopefully, if everything works out. And my ladies, my renegades, I finally got everything together. And I'm going to make it. I'm making this because I'm going to make one and then put it on top of the other one. They're going to be like this. So everything's in here. Everything's been created. It's going to be made. I hope to make this before the end of the year. These are my projects before the end of the year. Then, Hetty, you remember this one? Hi, Susan. Do you remember this, Hetty? Hetty showed me how to make a jelly roll rice. And I made it, and I had put it away, and I could not find it anywhere, and I was going crazy. So during my cleaning, I had put it on top of a throw because I was going to attach it and with the throw as the backing, but it wasn't big enough, so I had put it away. So I decided not to do a throw. This fits perfectly on the kitchen table. So I am making a tablecloth, and it's just need the backing. And Mifta is in love with it, so she's happy. Who was at okay, craft show, okay. Don't worry about it, Giovanna. Don't stress. I'll put it in something else. It's not a problem. Deb, girl. Hi. Bug Mama's in the house. Hi, Bug Mama. How you doing, kiddo? I know I have less than 2 weeks, but I have been on a run. I did those 2 flimsies on Sunday. Mirta, Eric, and the kids took the day. They went shopping. They went doing things. I had everything already arranged. All I did was sit down at my machine. Got both of them out in one day. Both of them. It's not like I have to cut anything. It's not like I have to put anything together. It's just attaching, putting away. I'm only doing flimsies. Because what I've done is I do my flimsies, they're in a bag. And when I need a quilt, all I have to do is pull it out and quilt it. For me, quilting is something I do quick. Because I'm not an elaborate quilter. So, yeah, it works out fine for me. There you go. I hadn't heard Banana Joe in a while. But wait till you guys see when I finish this. I put it on the table to measure, to make sure it fit, and it did. So when Nita got home last night, I showed her, and she goes, "Oh, Mom, that's so beautiful." She loves it because it's got so much color. And I said, "It's going to be your tablecloth." She goes, "Only for show. Anytime we're going to eat, we take it off." So just so you know, Hetty, thank you. Because I was going to make it bigger, and I was like, no. Well, those are the projects that I have pending for the end of the year. That's why they're in this bucket. Because that's in the bucket. That's a bucket thing. Wait a minute. Don't mess up, Debbie. There we go. Hold on. There. because okay, no more. Uh, yeah, I've gotten faster, Giovanna. Truthfully, I have 2 quotes to finish in 9 days. Yeah, I don't think I'm making the deadline. Donnell, I want to. You're so lucky you're over there. I keep telling you, you take on too much. Stop. Say no once in a while. That's all. I have a couple of projects for this year, which we'll talk about, but I already know what I'm going to do. I cut in one day, which is my biggest thing. I love cutting, so I cut in one day. They're very simple quilts, very simple projects, besides the projects I already have for myself. So I'm going to be doing the Quilt of Valor for Donna. I already have the pattern. I'm not ordering the fabric until the end of January because I don't have Quilt of Valor fabric. I get it beginning of February, cut it because it's simple, a very basic pattern that I found on the Quilt of Valor webpage, and then send it to Donna by March 1st. Not a problem because it's just the flimsy. And then I have the swap quilt, Doralyn. Yo, Doralyn! We're doing ours. We choose the pattern we want, so it's not a problem. And we're gonna do it in red and blues because that's the most fabric I got, and I need to get rid of. Oh, thank you, Jean. I'm not going there, but thank you. I appreciate that. Uh, Backings are what I need to stock. That's why I'm in a good mood because I have my backings. When I'm doing a project now, I always know the backing I'm going to use, and I'll show you that in a minute. I put everything out, do the cutting, and then I've got the backing there. That's why it's fast. And you see my bed. Listen, I can't get on the floor, even though I've lost all the weight, because I am 67. I'm not trying to be a kid. I don't get on the floor unless Mishka's here, and she's been so busy. So what I do is I roll out my batting and my backing on the bed, smooth it out as best I can, lay on top the quilt, and it's done. Cut. Forget it. It goes. Because I have that cardboard thing that I put on the bed, and I can pin really quick. Thank you. Tell her, Patty. It's too hard for that word to come out of her mouth. She doesn't know how to say no. She wants to be helpful. She wants to be and do things with people to make them feel good. But you have to think of yourself too. Do what you can, not what you want. That's why I have things programmed, but I know how much I take for each project. That's why I'm spacing them out. I'm spacing things out. So what I did was, I gotta show this to you. Okay, this goes here. I have back here, this is my bucket of projects. That's not counting the Quilt of Valor or the quilt that I'm gonna make with, forgot the name that they gave it. Anyway, everything's already back here with patterns and everything. This is the Harper quilt. This is how easy this is. This is the roll. This is the color that I'm going to use, the strips that I'm going to use with it. Done. The backing I'm not worrying about because when it's done, there's no backing because it's going to be a flimsy. So I don't worry about the backing on this one. This one is the one that goes where to put it. Yes. This is the quilt I'm going to make. Snowball and 9-patch for my friend's Dolphins quilt. Everything's in here already. The only thing I haven't put in here is the backing because not sure yet what I'm going to do with it. But all the fabric is here for the quilt. Ta-da! This is going to be the center of the whatchamacallit. Oh, God. Yeah. That's the center, and this is the 9-patch. And that's it. It's over. It's done. It's easy. And I have to pick the backing today. But since I'm not starting this quilt until February, I'm good. Then, there's my grandson's quilt, which has been cut and ready to go for days. And then, This is the quilt I start in January for. This is how I do it. My mandala, which I am dying to make. Everything's in here except for the backing. I am dying to start this. I have to create a table runner. I love table runners. I am wanting it to be reversible. Everything's reversible. I'm needing to create a pattern for the backside. You want to make I call that a double table runner. I'm sorry. I get confused when people say it has to be reversible. If it has a backing, it's reversible. The one side was shared in the group chat. Oh, I gotta go check. So she says, it's not in my vocabulary. Stop it, Donnell. Plus, no one asked for these two quotes. The one I want to do for Christmas present. But you make beautiful, elaborate blocks. Because the block you're making for your daughter-in-law, she's so goddamn pretty. Mista loved it. I gotta tell you that story. She fell in love with that block. She saw it. She goes, "Oh my God, this is gorgeous." But you did it for block swap, and you waited. The last minute was when you finished at retreat. You know this. It's not that it's hard. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of piecing. Do things a little bit more simple once in a blue moon. Stop overtaxing yourself. Because then look how you get. You get all flustered. And yeah, don't make me have to do this in public. Cindy, where are you? Cindy needs to be here so she can get on your other side. Hey, Brenda. Good morning. Yeah, everything is pretty. I like all my projects. I really do. I like everything I've chosen that I'm going to work on. And again, I'm not overstressing. I'm doing it nice and slow. And I like having a couple of projects running at the same time because when I get bored with one, I do the other one. But this one I will do on, this is how I do it. I'm going to do part of the cutting. And this is how I do it starting in January. So January 3, 4, 5, 6. January 6th is part 1. No, not the 6th. No, that's January. I'll probably publish it on January 1st. Is the beginning of this one. Hey, Dianita. This is free. I will put it there. This is AGF. Right here. AGF. Go on their webpage. Okay. And you go on the website and they have this pattern shows up like 6 different names and all they do is change the colorway. But the mandala, I love it because this is all half square triangles, people. That's all this is. It's so wait till you see how I make it. Judy says, I see you in January. You can pick out what you want from what I have since I can't make one. Woman, don't start with me, Judy. Don't. Because this is Judy. You see this fabric back here? Who gave this to me? Miss Judy Neighbors. She's the one who gave me this beautiful stuff here. This was Delia. Yeah. This is their quilt because I made it from stuff they sent me. So stop it, Judy Neighbors. If the pattern I chose is really simple. I discussed it with Donna because it's for her, for the squirrels group. It's really pretty and it's really easy. When I'm making things for others, I like to make them simple. My mandala is going to be the hardest quilt for now, beginning 2026, because it's just the organization. It is not a hard quilt because it's all little blocks and half square triangles, but it's placement. So you have to make all your half squares and then you make it by quadrants. So that's why I want to do it on This Is How I Do It, because it's a simple quilt, but it's beautiful. It comes out gorgeous. I love the fancy block though, Mama. It is so pretty. It is. And it's all the color scheme. When Judy gave me that layer cake, I didn't know what to do. And I kept looking and looking. And I love, guys, you know me. Give me free. And if it's free, I'm happy. So I started looking at all the different websites and all the different fabric lines, because that's where you go. You go to the fabric line and they'll give you free patterns. And AG had such pretty patterns. And when I saw the mandala, I said, oh my God, this is it. Because for that fabric, it's just so impactful. And then I was having trouble finding the solids, and Delia came to the rescue and sent me those 2 batiks. So it's good. AJK girl, congrats. I saw you won on the 12 days of Christmas of quiltness. Congratulations. I was so happy when I saw your name on that list. I lost my list with all the words. I was following every single one. I lost after I did it on a piece of paper. I went looking for the piece of paper and I lost it. And what happened? I found it this morning. Because, that's how it is. But that's okay. It's all right. The only thing I wanted was the bear quilt and Donna's pillow and Donnell's. I wanted it all. I can't help it. Everybody say, ha ha ha, hello, ha. But yeah, things are like, this is what I try to teach my little daughter over there, Danielita. I want to make everything. Oh God, I've seen patterns that I want to make like crazy. Am I going to? No. Because I want to enjoy it. So what I've done, Donna taught me last year, and I'll keep repeating that every chance I get because it's true. Donna taught me to do one project a month. So that's what I'm doing. That's why my January project, which will be for a couple of months because the mandala I'm not rushing, that's going to be a Thursday project. I've got this is my January project. This will be done, started and completed in January. This one. Among other things that I'll be doing, this is my January. My February will be my dolphins. My March will be, what will I do in March? What will I do in March? What will I do in March? I don't have a March. Well, no, I don't have a March product. But then interspersed, I used the big word. Interspersed will be the other things I make. Because I get bored. When I'm doing something for a long period of time, I get bored. So I do other things. And I do a lot of my cutting at night when the kids are asleep. So that's when I get rid of all the cutting. And then sewing when they're at school. Simple. Quit lying, you want it all. Of course I want it all. When don't I want it all? I just don't do it all. There's the difference. That's all it is, Donnell. You just got to pace yourself. I got a lot done this year. A lot. It's funny, as I was watching, I was saying, dang, I don't know any of these people. And then my name popped up last. Yeah, but girl, you won, so forget about it. Congrats. I don't deny it. I love my fabric. I love playing with fabric. I love touching fabric. I love looking at fabric. I love combining fabric and making things. And when I want to do the Harper quilt. It's so easy. Again, easy. It's an easy quilt to make. It's easy to cut. But I didn't want to make it with white because Pantone decided what was the new color of 2026. And it's not a color. It's the lack thereof, but one that I use all the time, which is white. So I have to be contrary. So I'm going to use blue. Yep, Joyce. Sister, it's so true. She says, congrats on your win, Joyce K. You're the only name I knew. That happens. We forget that we're not the only ones watching everybody. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. Oh, my God. There's a lot. And when I saw all those names, I said, okay, I don't know, you don't know. Ah, Joyce! I got excited. When I saw Joyce K, I got excited as if I had won. It was fun. So yeah, people, get out of your comfort zones. I like simple. You all know me. I like simple. I like chaos. Sue me. I love chaos. So these aren't chaotic. This is coming out of my comfort zone. So these are coordinated and colors, everything. And it's going to be a challenge for me this year, 2026. I plan on doing a little bit more coordinated and less chaotic, although my chaos has to come up. And I'm doing that with the Scraptastic quilt, which I am loving, by the way. But again, yeah. Put yourself, like what I'm doing is I've got one project, other little projects on the side, but one that has to be done and completed in that time frame. And when I say completed, again, it's just the flimsy. As long as I can do one a month, I'm a happy camper. Wonky is always better. I love wonky and I love chaos, and you know me. I can't help myself. It's a part of my personality. But this is going to be interesting to see how I do all these projects and how I get them out of the way. And my grandson's quilt, because I'll show you the pattern. Again, free. Sometimes I have difficulty reading patterns, and this is called Project Jelly Roll by Moda. Let me show you the front page. And it looks really simple, but it's done in columns. And you know me and my difficulty with columns. Hold on. So I finally was able to find a tutorial doing this. And I can show it because this is a free pattern. I found a tutorial on how to put this together, and I was so happy. So I have her saved, and I'm going to do it the way she showed us. So that is cool. This is going to help me out a lot. Because every time I wanted to start it, I would look at it and I go, did you go to the hairdresser? Your hair looks so good. No, Mama, this is just me. I just washed it and ironed it a little bit, my iron and it's a lot of static. A lot of static does that. Yes, it does. A lot of static. But yeah, so people, don't be afraid. Now, I got to show you a gift that I got. Because there's a crazy person. Diana, I hope you're still on. There's a crazy person because I saw Diana's cookbook, which is one of the old ones, Cocina Criolla, which I adore. I had it, and my cousin kept it. So, a very good friend of mine, Evita, she's not here. I'm going to kick her booty. Have hexies. No, they look like hexies. They're not hexies, Donnell. They are not hexies. I'll send you the pattern so you can see it. Anyway, Eva went crazy and sent me my Christmas gift. But she didn't send one, she sent two. Diana, look. Look, Dianita, look. Oh, it is so cool. You guys got to understand. I was born in Puerto Rico, but I was raised in Connecticut. And I didn't start eating Puerto Rican food until I moved to the island. And there was a lot of Puerto Rican food I had never tasted because when my grandma moved out, I stopped eating typical Puerto Rican food. And I was little. So, single mom, you eat what you can and if you find it. So, she, and my mother was a lousy cook. My mom did not know how to cook. So, I started learning dishes when I went to the island. There's a lot of stuff I've never learned how to make and I want to. And there's a lot of recipes in here that I am going to make. A lot. A heck of a lot. And one of them is a Puerto Rican style pot roast. We call it carne mechada. It uses the same cut of meat, but it's made completely different. And I've always loved carne mechada. Oh yeah, she had appointments. Okay, that's all right. I love her anyway. And I want to make carne mechada. So I have it here. And I'm going to make the carne mechada because in this pot roast, we use tomato sauce. When I make it, I will show you guys the end result. I cannot tell you how it tastes, but I made typical pot roast the other day. First time in my life ever making pot roast, and everybody went crazy with it. So, girl, hot dog sausage is here. Yeah, I don't even want to go back there. Then she gave me this one. So I have two cookbooks. And again, I don't like tres leches, but I'm going to learn how to make one. I've already learned how to make quesitos. So that's not a problem. Now, there's a recipe in here. My daughter loves a bread called Mallorca. It's like yellow, and it's sweet. I don't like sweet bread. She adores sweet bread. So, in Puerto Rico, it's in the form, it looks like a cinnamon roll. You know how they roll up and they're cut out square? Well, this is a bread, and then you cover the bread in confectioner sugar. But when you cut it open, you make a sandwich with it. Literally a sandwich. She loves it. So I have the recipe in here, and I want to learn how to make it for her. I'm going to try to make it for Christmas. They have everything in here. They have mojito criollo, which is a way of seasoning fish, which is very good. They have stuff that I know how to make, which is sancocho, asopao. That kind of stuff I know how to make. But they have stuff I've never made before, and I have been playing with this. I don't want to mess it up. That's why you don't see it folded or anything. Cause these are my books. Diana's giggling because she knows what I'm talking about. She knows. A picture of which one? This one? This is new, baby girl. This is brand new. I love it because the recipes in here are very, very, very typical. Very typical. Polvorones, which I make, and they're good, by the way. Ooh, that's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna be on radio. My daughter-in-law, and her husband, my son, and a couple of us. There is a Hispanic radio station in Chattanooga, and they're bringing in people from different Hispanic countries to talk about Christmas in their country, typical Christmas stuff. So my daughter-in-law, my son, and we're going to be there, and we're going to talk about what kind of Christmases we enjoy. Now, they're young. When I moved to Puerto Rico, I was 14, 1972. I moved back to the island, and I did my very first parranda, didn't know what a parranda was, had no clue of the word, had never, ever, ever eaten what I ate during those 8 days. I went on a parranda, which is Puerto Rican caroling. A parranda, it took 8 days. 8 days from house to house to house. We would sleep on the car, we would sleep in the yard, we would sleep wherever we could sleep. You would visit the families, they had to feed you. You sang for them and they fed you. And then we'd finish there, the whole family would come with us and we'd go to the next house. When we finished that 8-day parranda, I think there was like 300 people in the parranda. And we finished at a farm, una hacienda, up in a barrio, in a community up in Peñuelas where I used to live. And I'm talking people, it was fun. We had people skinning and cleaning goats, chickens. First time I saw how they killed and plucked a chicken. Ducks, goats. They butchered a cow, they butchered a pig. What else did we eat? We ate everything. And we'd get there in the mornings or whatever time we'd get there, and they'd start prepping the meat and cooking. And in the meantime, we'd get cheese and Ritz crackers, which is a staple on the island, and pasta de guayaba, guava paste, and summer sausage, and olives, and Cheetos, and potato chips, and yeah, you ate like, yes. Debbie, okay. Mine is pasatelli and broth. So yeah, we had fun. That was the very first Christmas I spent in Puerto Rico, 1972. And then during Christmas, I think it was Christmas Eve, we got a parranda at our house, and they stayed until the next day. So my mom had the guys go to the farm next door and get some chickens. I'm not going to say how, but they got some chickens. So in front of me, my mom killed them, plucked them, put them in the water to cook in a big pot on top of wood outside in the yard because we cooked it outside. And we made asopao, which is stew, chicken stew. Oh my God, it was so good. Then she put 2 bottles of rum in it. Now, people think no, but when you make a stew, any kind of Puerto Rican stew, and you put liquor in it, and the person has it, if they're drunk, their drunkenness goes away. They get undrunk very fast, believe it or not. It's a cure. My mom used it as a cure. It was good. It was really good. Really, really good. Yep, Diana remembers that. I'm telling you, Puerto Rico, Christmas in Puerto Rico is unique. Because, hey, I grew up in Connecticut. I went caroling. Okay? But when I went to the island and saw how they party, it's not caroling, it's party. Asalto navideño, which is a parranda. Asalto navideño, all the musicians get together around 10 o'clock. You practice a little bit of the songs you're going to sing. And then you start visiting people. They don't know you're coming. That was before. Now it's changed. But when I moved to the island, that's the way it used to be. You would go to the house, try to be quiet, which was not easy with a bunch of drunkards. You try to be quiet, you'd get in front of the door, and you'd go, Asalto! And then start singing. and then making noise, because the important thing was making noise, because you have to wake up the people inside the house. So if they don't open, you keep on singing and singing and singing until they open the door. They open the door, they let you in, they have to give you food and drink. You stay there for a little while, get up, leave, go to the next house with those people. And that's how you keep on going. So when you got to a street and did a bajan down the street, everybody in the street would come over. So you'd have a party. Puerto Ricans party. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're party people. Hey, Laura, what's up? What's up, Laura? It was fun. Parrandas were fun. So I'm going to go to the station and I'm going to give them my perspective of Puerto Rican that didn't grow up there and how I saw Christmas when I got there. I love Christmas. I absolutely adore Christmas, especially on the island. I miss that. I truly, truly do. But I like Christmas here too. The funny thing is, when I was in Puerto Rico, Christmas time would come around, I would put American Christmas carols and Christmas songs. But when I came to the States, when I came back, I put on Puerto Rican music. So now I have a mishmash. Again, chaos. Everybody say hi to Laura. Laura's here. Laura's up. Laura, what's up, Laura? Laura's here. Laura's here. We're talking about Christmas. It's next week, people. Okay? She has fat fingers today. My fingers are not as fat, but they'll always be fat because, yeah, I got fat fingers. See, I take off my sweater and now I'm cold. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand myself, let alone anybody else. Anyway, so yeah, so now I got my cookbooks. I'm going to make stuff. There's a whole bunch of good stuff in here. Yes, because you got to get drunk. When David was a baby, my oldest, my ex-husband, and I were musicians. Okay, I was a singer. He was an aide. He played piano, organ, and accordion. Anything with keys. My brother-in-law played guitar and bass. I sang. My brother-in-law sang. So we were always invited to guide parrandas. Always, always. So when David was 3-4 months old, I had it was like a little basket. And it was fitted with a little mattress and a little mosquito net on top, because in Puerto Rico there are mosquitoes. And he had his little blanket, and I would carry him because it had the handles. I would carry him, we'd get in, and lay it down, and the musicians would sing. My children got used to noise from before birth, because musicians, hello. Yeah, so, it was fun. He was a baby. All my kids learned how to sing. None of them play instruments. That's the funny thing. None of my children play instruments, but my grandkids do. I am trying to get some of my crap box up to Santa Florida with my husband for my daughter and grandkids for Christmas. Less stuff in my house, and she adores lanterns, and I'm over them. Okay, Michelle. Good for you. Yes, do the cleanup. That's what I did. I got rid of a lot of stuff. I got stuff going on. Stuff that I don't use, stuff that I know I'm not going to use. I am giving it away. I've done the same thing. I have never had Puerto Rican food, but I would love to try. Oh, Joyce, let me tell you something. We use no heat. It's just flavorful. And you would love it. Anybody who had my stuffing and enjoyed it can tell you. That's a Puerto Rican stuffing, and it was good. So it's just flavorful. It's just interesting textures and everything else. Ooh, Carnaval in Humacao. Humacao is a very nice town in Puerto Rico, and their carnivals are freaking awesome. Carnival in Ponce is intense, but that one's in February. Because people, you got to understand something. Puerto Rico starts celebrating Christmas in November. No joke. Now you're doing it here in the States, but I am talking traditionally on the island after Thanksgiving, which was a holiday brought over by Americans. After Thanksgiving, which we celebrate a little differently, you started celebrating Christmas, and it goes all the way into February. Because after Christmas, you have New Year's. We celebrate New Year's very big. Then you have Three Kings Day in January. Then you have Sanse, which is the celebration of San Sebastian, which is a saint. And then you have Las Candelarias, which is February 2nd. That's when Christmas is officially over. So you got what, 3 months, four, almost four? No, 3.5 months of Christmas celebration in Puerto Rico, and that is not from now. We've been doing this since the 1500s. So go figure. Uh, Laura says my kids came over this weekend to help decorate for Christmas and went home with a ton of decorations. There you go. Giovanna says yesterday at work I met a lady that is a teacher, so I'll be giving her all the paper that I have there. Oh, Giovanna, that's so nice. Where's Laura? I saw somebody say Laura. Oh, yeah, Laura, of course. Don't know if I've ever eaten Puerto Rican foods, but Cuban food is delicious. It's very similar. Yep, Cuban food is similar. Very similar. Here it is over on the 6th of January. No, not in Puerto Rico. Mm-mm. Calle de San Sebastián, where the Sanse, where they celebrate it really huge. And the island is in San Juan because they turned it into a tourist attraction. My God, the streets. Oh, my Lord Jesus. The streets are so full of people you cannot walk. I'm not joking. That's how big it is. It's very big in San Juan. The celebration of La Sanse, I went once. I'm not big on ginormous crowds. I enjoy things. So when you have a ginormous crowd, I would stay to the side because what I love is the music. And Sanse has a lot of music. So yeah, the music I enjoyed, but the crowds, no, 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 no. Okay. So Joe, you had a craft show. Tell us about your craft show, Joe. Tell us, Joe. I did not know you had a craft show. I've been out of it. I'm telling you, I've been out of it. I've been doing a lot of stuff, getting stuff organized, getting stuff ready, getting stuff out of boxes, putting them where they go. And I've been busy. I've been really, really busy. And then on top of it, all the crazy stuff that we do in this house. So yeah, because Mimi's been on a roll. Mimi is making crafts for everybody as gifts for Christmas. She's been using my tape, my staplers. She's been taking part of my decorations. Yeah. Oh, I haven't put on my hat. I'm sorry. She even took over my hat box, people. It's like, Mimi, stop. That's why you don't see a hat on, because it's over there. And now I remembered it. So it's like, kid, stop it. She took over everything. Everything. Because she's doing her crafts. Then she comes and takes my boxes, because she needs boxes. And she wraps them up in crepe paper. Mimi's nuts. But yeah, it's been fun. This Christmas is going to be interesting. That's the way I'm going to put it. It's going to be interesting. The kids are bigger. The way they're participating is more interesting. The way they've taken it over. Mama and kids could not stop. They have Advent Box. Mita's been doing that for the kids. Hey, Melanie! Mita's been doing Advent Box for the kids since they were two and 3. And they love it. Yeah, but this year Mita got her own Advent Box as a gift from a friend. And they opened them all. She couldn't stop. Mita is not good with surprises. She can't help herself. You guys saw which I already opened my Christmas gift. She can't help herself. She gets over excited and she has to do it. So they sat on the floor. They had done it for 10 days, 12 days. Yeah, and then they stopped. They already opened them all. So there's no more Advent. Now they're going, oh, Mom, when you come home, there's no Advent to open. Well, you opened them all. What kind of Advent you going to open now? Crazy people. Jean says, after all the work of putting up the tree and other decorations, I leave them up many days until Valentine's Day. Girl, you do you. I suck at putting up Christmas trees. I really do. Even when the kids were small. I tried to never have a big tree. And most of my Christmas trees were decorated. No joke. I'm going to show you with what. Candy canes. I would have all different sizes of candy canes and hang them up the tree as decorations. So by Christmas, they were all gone. At one time, I was working at a body shop as a manager, and our Christmas tree in the body shop was little Hot Wheels all over the tree because I suck at putting it up. And then when I was at Chattanooga Tractor, what we put up were little mini stockings with little toys in it for all the mechanics. Oh, they had so much fun. I mean, little tiny plastic toys with little tiny candy canes in the stockings, and they had to go and take the stockings off the tree. That way I didn't have to do it. And they had their toys. And you should have seen those guys playing with those toys during the Christmas party. Having moonshine on one side and a little plastic toy car on the other. It was hilarious. I never did advent boxes. I never knew about advent boxes until I moved here to Georgia. Literally. I'd never done one. Oh yeah, Michelle. The advent boxes. I've been watching some of the box openings. Missouri Star has disappointed me the past 2 years because I've been watching them for 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, and the last two boxes is like $200, and you hardly get any patterns. You hardly get any fabric. Now you get more embroidery and pottery and cups. Yeah, no, no. The one that Donnell is doing with the fabric, that's cute, but then if you don't like the fabric, you're stuck with it. Again, the one I'm truly enjoying is the one that Ross is doing from his sister. She has curated it for him, knowing him. I like her box. I truly, truly like her box. It's so freaking cool. Everything she's given him, it's like, okay, this is nice. But the Missouri Star one, I don't know. Nah. Nah. Not for the cost. I don't make a tree because of the cats. No, don't make a tree. No cats. Mirta has a pop-up tree. Literally. It's already decorated with lights. All you do is you put the little tube that goes in, you put it in, you lift the tree, hang it there, and it's done. I love it. And when she want to take it down, all she does is pop it off the top, let it fall, and it's done for the rest of the year. And it's pretty. It is very pretty. And the kids love it. So my dogs don't bother the tree. They like to lay under them. It's so cute. Yeah, no, the dogs have little pound in here, little, yeah. They're not allowed to run rampant because the one time they did, they broke every toy in Liam's room. So no. I didn't put my balsam hill tree this year. I have two cats and a Waylon. I can see Waylon climbing the tree, Michelle. I truly can. My 3 everyday trees will just have to do. There you go. Hey Gladys, you want a candy cane? This is the only candy I can eat because it's more peppermint than anything else. And it's good for my stomach. And I already tried it, so I did not gain any weight eating one candy cane a day. So I'm good. And I love candy canes. I just love the peppermint. I have 2 Christmases, December 25th and January 7th. We celebrate the 6th. Really, the night of the 5th, que es la Noche de Reyes, that's when the 3 kings come. So in Puerto Rico, you go, you gather gas or hay, you put it in a shoebox. You're supposed to put it under your bed, but since the implementation of Christmas trees, a lot of people put it under the tree. Then when you wake up, the hay is gone because the camels ate it, and you got gifts. So yeah. Oh, Diana grew up in Germany. Yeah, I know because it is a German custom. I've never done it. I'm sorry. That's why they're there because I love candy canes. When my son was little, he liked to climb the tree. We nailed it to the wall after he pulled it over on himself. Oh my God, Laura, I love your kid. Oh, that is a kid that enjoyed his childhood. Oh, that is too cute. That is just too cute. My grandson Finney is gonna be at my house for Christmas Day. Oh, Hetty, you're gonna have so much fun. Christmas Day, I love Christmas Day. Here, I love Christmas Day in Puerto Rico. When my kids were little, Christmas Day and the other kids, what we used to do on the island, in my case. Christmas was for small gifts, little gifts. The big good, the really expensive were en Dia Reyes. And then people changed it because then they had to go to school. No, not in my house. My kids got their smaller gifts at Christmas Day and the big ass gifts on Reyes. I love Reyes. I never celebrated King's Day in the States. Never knew what it was. Even though I was raised a Catholic, we didn't celebrate Christmas. Reyes. And we didn't celebrate Advent, even though it is a Catholic celebration. But the other Reyes, when I learned about it, oh, I love Reyes. I absolutely love it. You work on the 24th. I will be putting out a video on the 25th. It's going to be pre-recorded, so watch it if you can. The 23rd, I'll be here. And on the 30th, I'll be here. But you know what I realized this morning, people? Just had my anniversary. My YouTube anniversary was at the beginning of the month, and I completely forgot about it. Yeah. YouTube sent me a reminder, and it was on Monday. Yeah, it was on a Monday. And I completely forgot to say anything that Tuesday. I totally forgot. My daughter has Christmas Eve and day off this year. She's so excited. I tell her congrats, Laura. I'm happy for her. I'll be on the 24th. I'm at my son's house making him food because it's his birthday. So what we've done, we've taken that custom, is I go over and cook for my son on his birthday. And he doesn't eat cake because he doesn't like sweets. So that day, the only sweets he gets is ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. So thank you, Joanna. Is it my second or third? No, it's my second. Second? I don't even know if it's the second or third. When we were kids, when my kids were little, I used to put our tree in the playpen. Aw! So they could not get to it, but they could get up close and not knock it down. That is an interesting idea, Jean. That is truly an idea for my grandkids. Yes. Not my grandkids, the little ones, the great grandkids when they get here. Every year when I put Watson's present under the tree, he knows exactly which one it is, and Watson is her puggle. Watson is a smart dog. He truly is. Very smart dog. We have stockings up. And some of the gifts in the stocking the kids chose because we're weaning them. So now Santa brings just one gift and Mommy and Daddy bring everything else. Smart. So they chose the stuff they wanted in their stocking. They cannot touch it until Christmas Eve because they open their stocking on Christmas Eve and their gifts on Christmas Day. Sorry, I needed to do that. Hetty says this year I'll be having 4 Christmases. Nice! Thank you, Laura! Yep, I had my anniversary. I'm sorry I'm eating, but I need mint. It's almost 12. I didn't realize it. This, every Christmas, I have to have candy canes. Dylan is going to come over because last time I was talking with Dylan on the phone and I showed him. And his mom had just bought him his candy canes. And I showed him and he said, Grandma, I'm coming over. And I said, yeah, Papi, they're here waiting for you. But every time I go up, I always buy him a box because he loves peppermint candy canes. Thank you, Danielita. Isabel is getting you a new bed. Isabel, thank you for taking care of your mama. Good deal. I'm crunching up mint because I'm going to save this one for later. Gotta chew it down. There. I chewed it down. So what are you guys doing for Christmas? Christmas and Christmas Eve. Who's got plans? If you have something different besides family and friends. Because I know some people just don't celebrate it, and that's cool. That's fine. You celebrate. You do you, boo. Me, it's like my son was born Christmas Eve at noon. So I make him dinner because he loves almost cooking. So I make him dinner. And we watch Christmas movies because I have to watch, on Christmas Eve, I have to watch It's a Wonderful Life. It has to be watched. This year I am going to say the story of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And the story of the animals that talk at midnight. Those are all stories my mom told me. So I have to tell to my grandkids. Be careful of your teeth. It's gone. I finished. It's done. I just needed to chew on it because I needed the peppermint. My tummy's been giving me grief lately. But okay, people. Well, it's going to be noon. And today's a very slow, very nice day. I'm having a nice day because I've been not on a ramble, but I've gotten so much stuff done. Like today, I got to do some stuff. I will end up at my daughter's house avoiding the rest of the extended family because I hate sitting there being ignored. Michelle, take your little circly things. That used to happen to me. And I'd take a book because that was before I did any of this. So whenever I was going to a place where I know people weren't going to talk to me or engage with me, I would take a book. And then you see them come up because they see that you don't give a flying fig. I didn't say the other word. And they'll come up and talk to you, even though you don't want them to. I would ignore them. If I have a book in my hand, I don't want to talk to anybody. It's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Hetty says tonight is the fireman parade. Oh, fun. Where the firemen go door to door collecting food for the food bank. Yep, they hand out candy canes, one for every person in the house. Laura says we always host Christmas Day for the family. We usually have 20 to 24 for dinner. Have a great day, sister says. Emma! I showed my gift. I showed my cookbooks. But that is a beautiful tradition. On the island, we have buses that go by. And the buses have little bags of candy. And what they do is on the bus, they'll have someone dressed up as Santa and the three kings. And they have music. Puerto Rico's always music. And singing aguinaldos and throwing out candy to the kids. That's every year. At Christmas Eve and on Fiesta de Reyes. Every year. And they still do it. Usually it's the municipality that does it, town hall. And I'd rather stay home and be comfortable. Girl. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life. Wrapping the kids' gift from Santa. Yes, Jean. I love that movie. I absolutely love that movie. That is one of my favorite movies. And usually I'm crying in it. You don't have to apologize, Eva. I know you were out. You talked to me about it yesterday. I know, girl. Yeah, but I already saw Elf twice. I can't help it. And I saw Rudolph twice. And what's the other one? The Little Drummer Boy. I gotta watch it by myself because I cry so much in that one. Yeah. The Little Drummer Boy always gets me hysterical. And the song that's sung by these brothers, they have this beautiful video. Oh my God, what is their name? Forget it. Anyways, it's on YouTube. It always makes me cry. Michelle, I know you don't like Christmas, but Christmas likes you. I was crying the other day because I'm listening to Christmas music with Liam. Liam's showing an interest in making sounds. He has an app that he plays. It's called My Singing Monsters. And each monster has a different sound. And as a kid, you put them together and make music. So Liam has been playing that now for a year. Ra-ba-bum-bum. And you made me giggle. Giovanna, you made me giggle. Anyways, he's been playing with sounds. So I sat down with him because I wanted to hear the music. So we were listening to Christmas carols and Christmas songs. And I kept saying, okay, don't listen to the lyrics. I want you to hear the music. So we were listening to different types of Christmas songs and Christmas music. And then all of a sudden, I said, okay, now I want you to hear some classical music. So I put on some classical music. And he comes in, he goes, oh, I know that one, Grandma. I go, what? He goes, yeah, listen, on his little app, he has that Vivaldi. It's Vivaldi because he says, oh, Grandma, I know that. That's Vivaldi. And he had it on his app with his little singing monsters playing it. I said, okay, so I'm going to show you a symphony now. So I put on a symphony for him, and I said, okay, when you want to hear the music, close your eyes. And he did. So he's going, oh, I hear this, I hear that, I hear the other. And I'm over here crying like a crazy person. I'm about to cry now. So all of a sudden I go, okay, I want to make you understand what music is to me. And I put the three tenors. If you've ever heard opera, and if you never hear opera and you don't like that, in your lifetime, just hear that video, the three tenors. And It'll make your hair stand on edge. It is, oh my God, it's so beautiful. So he listened to it and we were both crying. He started crying with his grandma with the music. That was so beautiful. I am so proud of that kid. Laura says, Michelle, when my husband and I were children, Christmas was not great. When we had kids, we decided we'd go all out for Christmas. Yep. What are y'all having for dinner on Christmas or Christmas Eve? At my son's house, I make Puerto Rican food, but on Christmas Day here, my son-in-law cooks, and we have a wonderful ham, which he makes so good, so good. Makes ham, he makes a whole bunch of other things. So I cook over there, and he cooks here. Even when I had my kids, I still couldn't get into Christmas. I'd rather sit and read or make my yo-yos. Michelle, don't feel obligated or made to do anything. You do what makes you happy. That's what Christmas is. We celebrate the birth of a king. That's all we do on Christmas. However you want to celebrate it, that's your way. Anyways, yes. Love your life. Look, I had that day for me with Liam was my Christmas. We had so much fun listening to music and letting, I was able to show him how I live my life through music, what I do when I listen to music. And that's when he came to me and goes, Grandma, so now that's why sometimes you always cry when you hear a special song. I go, yep. He goes, because you hear it in your head. And I go, no, with my heart. So now he understands that. And that for me made it. That made my day. That made my year. I am proud of him. Then my other grandson over there in Alabama plays sax. He plays 2 different types of saxophones, and he's learning how to play the flute. One of them is a musician, so now Liam's going to be a musician. So at least out of the family, we've got 2 musicians. At least I'm happy. I'm proud of him. Ooh, Laura makes prime rib. Oh, I would love to have some prime ribs. Eva said that's so awesome that Liam is doing that with you. Yes, it is. It was a special afternoon. It truly was. Stop making me cry. God bless everyone. Have a Merry Christmas. Oh, we got another one coming up next week. We still got one more day before Christmas. So don't forget to come next Tuesday and we will sing some Christmas carols in Spanish and in English. I'm going to find some that I don't have to play royalties on. And we will sing some Christmas carols. But it's going to be fun. Y'all have a blessed and productive week. Just try to get yourselves a little bit organized for next year. Do it your way. If you don't need paper and pen, don't put it on paper and pen. If you do it in your head, do it in your head. If you need a calendar, use a calendar. If you need a scheduler, use a scheduler. If you don't, just put it in little project boxes like I do. You do you. Just make a couple of positive changes for next year. Nothing too overt, because then you're not going to be you. Keep the chaos, people. Have a lovely day. And remember, right over there. Here, wait. There it is. I always get confused this one. Be imperfect, because being imperfect means you're always being perfectly loved. Love you all. God bless, people.